But let's speak now to Dr Laurence Buckman, who is former chairman of the BMA's GPs Committee. Laurence, thank you very much indeed for your time once more here in GB News. Has the BMA been a little naive in going in with this headline figure of 35% and given the sort of government the moral high ground, if you like?
No, I don't think so. I think what they're doing is announcing their opening position, and you'd expect them to do that. And the government will announce their opening position, and again, it's expected. And then what you have to do is negotiate. What you don't do is just say, well, we're not talking to you until you draw back from the brink, and the other side says the same thing. That's not the way to proceed if you want to come to a deal. These two sides are going to be talking to each other at some point. They might as well start now.
But they don't appear to be doing so. Hence, I think that the plea almost from the NHS Confederation for maybe ACAS to get involved. Clearly, you know, it took some time for the nurses and other NHS staff to get round the table with the government.
Yes, I think ACAS is a very good idea. I think it's very sound. They're neutrals and are used to controlling negotiations effectively. I wish it wouldn't have got into this position anyway, but they're there now. So I think ACAS is probably the fig leaf for both sides to be able to start talking about inching towards what will inevitably be a complicated deal.
Yeah, because it does appear this is not just a pay dispute. I mean, they're talking about conditions which are really driving many to leave the profession or go abroad to New Zealand, Australia and Ireland. So clearly it's got to go beyond just getting a figure on the table.
It's very little to do with pay. Obviously, people want more pay, but most of us would be just as tired if you double our pay. So it's not just about that. The conditions that junior hospital doctors work under are far worse than when I was a junior hospital doctor. And it should be an embarrassment, a shame for the whole country that medical immigration to Australia now features as a significant percentage of those going to Australia. That is awful that should happen. And we all know doctors who've actually just given up. Junior doctors who've just said, I'm not going to do medicine anymore, I'm going to do something else. That is not okay. The taxpayers spent a lot of money getting them to this point, and we ought to be able to find a way of getting them back to work for the NHS, but getting them to work in the UK. And if it's that bad that they want to go, and it's not just about the money, then somebody has to start sitting down. And of course, conditions are part of a discussion that includes pay.
And of course, as we say, you were former chairman of the GPs Committee. I mean, I guess the other aspect is the long-term damage, because clearly a lot of GPs start their career as junior doctors in the hospital and build up that experience.
Yes, all this is going to do is guarantee that more doctors won't become GPs or won't become hospital doctors. But of course, I'd be waving the flag for GPs. There are nowhere near enough GPs. Every patient can tell you how long they wait to get access to a GP. And it's not right, and it shouldn't be like that. There are not enough nurses. There's not, whatever you name in the NHS, there's not enough of it. And it's not all about money. It's about thinking, how do we plan for a health service for the future? And at the moment, there's no planning. It's just two sides really not engaging with each other. Yeah. And I think it's a shame. This was a problem obviously coming, and it's here now. The moment they started reducing the amount that doctors got pay increases over the last 20 years, this day was going to come, and I'm really sad it's come now. We shouldn't be having industrial disputes in the health service.
Dr Laurence Buckman, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts and joining us here on GB News.